Dr. Park Hana's medical lab was the most advanced on the station. She ran every test she could think of on Dr. Kang Woo-jin's blood samples. What she found made her hands shake. "This is impossible," she whispered, staring at the screen. Woo-jin sat on the examination table, feeling better than he had in years. His reflexes were lightning fast. His mind was crystal clear. Even his eyesight seemed improved. "What's impossible?" he asked. Hana showed him the readout. "Your blood contains enough toxins to kill a dozen men. But instead of poisoning you, your body is breaking them down and turning them into useful compounds." "Toxins?" Woo-jin frowned. "But Veltar said the Morthanis was safe. Safe for Rilani, maybe. But this stuff should have killed you in minutes." Hana pulled up another screen. "Look at this. The main ingredient is a neurotoxin that attacks the nervous system. There are also heart-stopping compounds, blood thinners, and something that dissolves cell walls." Dr. Choi Minho burst into the medical bay. He was carrying a sample container and looked excited. "Hana, you need to see this. I analyzed the remaining Morthanis." He set down the container carefully. "This isn't a ceremonial drink. It's a weapon." "What do you mean?" Woo-jin asked. "I mean, it's designed to kill. Multiple different poisons, all mixed together. Any one of them alone would be fatal to humans. Together they should have turned your organs to mush." Hana nodded grimly. "But somehow Woo-jin's liver is processing everything perfectly. His kidneys are filtering out the harmful parts. His immune system is actually using some of the compounds to make antibodies." Captain Lee Dong-ho's voice came over the comm system. "All senior staff to the conference room. We need to discuss our guests." In the conference room, the mood was tense. Captain Lee looked worried. The other department heads whispered among themselves. "I've been monitoring our Rilani visitors," Captain Lee began. "They're not acting like friendly diplomats. They seem nervous, almost afraid." "They should be nervous," Dr. Choi said. "They just tried to poison our chief xenobiologist." "We don't know that for sure," Captain Lee replied. "Maybe this is some kind of misunderstanding." "Captain," Hana interrupted. "There's no misunderstanding. The Morthanis contains at least 7 different lethal toxins. Woo-jin should be dead right now." All eyes turned to Woo-jin. He was sitting calmly, looking healthier than anyone had seen him in months. "How do you feel?" Captain Lee asked. "Fantastic," Woo-jin replied honestly. "My thinking is clearer. My reflexes are faster. I can hear conversations from 3 rooms away. Whatever was in that drink, it's made me better, not worse." "That's not normal," Dr. Choi said. "Humans don't process poisons like that." "Maybe we do," Woo-jin suggested. "Think about it. Humans eat all sorts of things that are toxic to other species. Chocolate kills dogs. Alcohol is literally a poison, but we drink it for fun. Coffee contains caffeine, which is an insecticide. Hot peppers have capsaicin, which evolved to stop mammals from eating them." Hana was quiet for a moment, thinking. Then her eyes went wide. "Oh my God," she whispered. "He's right. Humans have been eating toxic substances for millions of years. We evolved to handle poisons that would kill other species. But this is alien poison," Dr. Choi pointed out. "Poison is poison," Woo-jin said. "The basic chemistry is probably similar across species. Our bodies learn to deal with plant toxins, fungal toxins, bacterial toxins. Why not alien toxins?" Captain Lee activated the secure communication channel to Earth. "I need to speak with Command immediately." While they waited for the connection, Hana continued her analysis of Woo-jin's blood. "This is incredible," she said. "Not only are you processing the toxins safely, but they're actually improving your performance. Your reaction time is 40% faster than normal. Your cognitive function is enhanced. Your immune system is stronger." "So the Rilani accidentally gave me superpowers?" Woo-jin asked with a smile. "It's not funny," Captain Lee said. "If they tried to poison you, what does that say about their intentions?" The communication screen flickered to life. Admiral Shin Hyun-woo appeared, looking serious. "Captain Lee, I understand you have a situation with the alien visitors." "Yes, sir. We believe they attempted to poison our xenobiologist with their ceremonial drink." Admiral Shin frowned. "Attempted? Is Dr. Kang all right?" "Better than all right, sir," Woo-jin spoke up. "The poison seems to have enhanced my abilities rather than harmed me." "Explain." Hana stepped forward. "Admiral, human evolution may have given us a unique advantage. We can process alien toxins that would kill other species. Not only that, but we can turn those toxins into beneficial compounds. Are you certain about this?" "The evidence is clear, sir. Dr. Kang consumed enough poison to kill a small army. Instead of dying, he's functioning at peak performance. Admiral Shin was quiet for a long moment. This changes everything. If the Rilani are using poison as a diplomatic tool, they may have done this to other species. Other species that didn't survive, Captain Lee added grimly. I'm sending additional ships to your location, Admiral Shin decided. Do not let the Rilani know what you've discovered. Act normal. We need to learn more about their intentions. After the communication ended, the team sat in silence. The implications were staggering. How many species do you think they've killed this way? Dr. Choi asked quietly. How many first contact scenarios have ended with the new species mysteriously dying right after the welcome ceremony? Hana wondered. Wu Jin stood up and walked to the window. His enhanced vision could see the Rilani ship clearly. It looked peaceful, but now he wondered what other weapons it might carry. What do we do now? He asked. We act normal, Captain Lee replied. We attend their dinner tonight. We smile and pretend everything is fine. What if they offer more Morthanis? Wu Jin asked. You drink it, Hana said firmly. We need to understand how your body processes different toxins, and we need the Rilani to think their plan is working. But I'm not dead, Wu Jin pointed out. They must know something went wrong. Maybe they think it takes longer to work on humans, Dr. Choi suggested. Maybe they're waiting for you to collapse. Captain Lee activated the internal communication system. All department heads, this is the captain. We have a code yellow situation. All personnel should go about their normal duties but remain alert. Security teams maintain discreet positions throughout the station. As the meeting broke up, Hana pulled Wu Jin aside. I want to run more tests, she said. I need to understand exactly how your body is processing these toxins. Whatever you need, Wu Jin agreed. This could be important for all of humanity. As they walked back to the medical bay, Wu Jin's enhanced hearing picked up sounds from the Rilani quarters. They were talking rapidly in their own language, and they sounded agitated. They're worried about something, he told Hana. Good, she replied. They should be worried. They just discovered that their ultimate weapon doesn't work on humans. The question is, Wu Jin said, what will they try next? The dinner with the Rilani was supposed to be a celebration of friendship between species. Instead, it felt like a trap. Dr. Kang Wu Jin sat at the table, his enhanced senses picking up every detail. The Rilani delegation seemed nervous. Ambassador Velthar kept checking the time. Science Officer Nexera barely touched her food. Captain Lee Dong-ho made polite conversation, but Wu Jin could hear the tension in his voice. Dr. Park Hana sat quietly, watching everything with medical precision. You seem unusually energetic tonight, Dr. Kang, Velthar observed. The Morthanis agrees with you. It certainly does, Wu Jin replied cheerfully. I was hoping to try some more. Do you have different varieties? The Rilani exchanged glances. Nexera made a soft clicking sound that might have been distress. More? She asked. You wish to drink more Morthanis? If possible, Wu Jin said. From a scientific perspective, I'm curious about the different compounds and their effects. It's quite fascinating. Before anyone could respond, the dining hall doors opened. A new group of Rilani entered, led by someone who was clearly military. His robes were darker, and he moved with the confidence of a commander. Ah, Velthar said, sounding uncomfortable. Commander Yu Taesung has arrived early. Commander Yu approached the table. His dark eyes focused on Wu Jin with intense interest. So this is the human who survived the Morthanis, he said in a deep voice. The room went silent. Captain Lee slowly put down his fork. Survived? He asked carefully. Commander Yu looked surprised. Did Ambassador Velthar not explain? The Morthanis is our traditional test for new species. Those who survive are worthy of joining the galactic community. Those who do not, he shrugged. And how many species have survived this test? Dr. Park Hana asked, though she clearly already knew the answer. None, Commander Yu replied matter-of-factly. Until now, the silence stretched uncomfortably. Then Captain Lee spoke, his voice deadly calm. You poisoned my officer as a test. Of course, Commander Yu said. How else would we determine if your species is worth preserving? We cannot have weak races cluttering up the galaxy. Wu Jin felt a strange calmness settle over him. The enhanced clarity from the poison made everything crystal clear. How many species have you eliminated this way? He asked. Commander Yu smiled, showing sharp teeth. 47 different civilizations over the past 3 centuries, all weak. All unworthy. You're genocidal maniacs, Dr. Hana said flatly. We prefer the term galactic gardeners. Velthar said quietly. We remove the weeds so the strong flowers can grow. Captain Lee was slowly reaching for his communicator, but Commander Yu noticed. Please don't bother calling for help, the Rilani commander said. Our ships have your station surrounded. We came expecting to dispose of another failed species and collect their technology. But we didn't fail, Wu Jin pointed out. I drank your poison and asked for more. Commander Yu nodded approvingly. Indeed, this changes everything. Humans appear to be the first species worthy of joining the Rilani collective as equals. And if we refuse? Captain Lee asked. Then you join the other 47 species in extinction, Commander Yu replied simply. But why would you refuse? We offer you a place among the apex predators of the galaxy. Dr. Choi Minho, who had been quiet throughout the dinner, suddenly spoke up. What makes you think you're apex predators? Commander Yu laughed. We have conquered dozens of worlds. Our poison can kill any living thing. We are evolution's perfect weapon. Except it doesn't work on humans, Wu Jin said mildly. A genetic fluke, Nexara said quickly. Your species must have developed some kind of immunity through artificial means. Actually, Dr. Hana said, pulling out her medical scanner, it's completely natural. Humans evolved eating toxic plants, drinking alcohol, consuming substances that would kill most species. We developed the ability to process poisons and turn them into beneficial compounds. She showed the readout to the Rilani. Dr. Kang's body didn't just survive your poison. It turned it into performance enhancers. He's faster, stronger, and smarter than before. Commander Yu snatched the scanner and studied it. His expression slowly changed from confidence to confusion to something that might have been fear. This is impossible, he whispered. It gets better, Wu Jin said with a smile. Every human on this station has similar biology. We all have the genetic modifications that come from millions of years of eating things that shouldn't be edible. You're lying, Nexara said, but she sounded uncertain. Want to test it? Dr. Choi offered. I'll drink whatever you've got. Hana here regularly consumes chocolate and coffee, both of which are toxic to most Earth species. Captain Lee drinks alcohol for fun, which is literally cell poison. Captain Lee stood up slowly. Commander Yu, you made a mistake coming here. You thought you were dealing with another weak species you could eliminate. Instead, you found the one species in the galaxy that's immune to your weapon. Not just immune, Wu Jin added, improved by it. Your poison makes us better. Commander Yu was backing toward the door. This changes the balance of power in the galaxy. Yes, it does, Captain Lee agreed. The question is, what are you going to do about it? We must report this to the High Council immediately, Velthar said. This has never happened before. What about your plans to eliminate humanity? Dr. Hana asked. Commander Yu looked around the room at the humans. They seemed calm, confident, unafraid. It was not the reaction he was used to seeing from species facing extinction. Perhaps, he said carefully, we should discuss terms of alliance instead. From a position of weakness, Wu Jin observed. Your ultimate weapon doesn't work on us. Your ships are powerful, but you're dealing with a species that gets stronger when you try to poison us. How many other weapons do you have that might actually make us more dangerous? The Rilani looked at each other with growing alarm. They had built their entire civilization around the idea that they were the ultimate predators. Now they were faced with something they had never encountered. A prey species that couldn't be poisoned. We should return to our ship, Commander Yu decided. This situation requires consultation with higher authorities. As the Rilani delegation hurried out of the dining hall, Captain Lee activated his communicator. Admiral Shin, this is Captain Lee. The situation has escalated. The Rilani have admitted to committing genocide against 47 different species using their poison protocol. They came here planning to eliminate humanity. And now, Admiral Shin's voice crackled over the speaker. Now they're terrified, Wu Jin said. They've discovered that their ultimate weapon makes humans stronger instead of killing us. Are you certain about this immunity? Admiral Shin asked. Dr. Hana stepped forward. Admiral, I believe every human has this capability to some degree. Our evolutionary history of consuming toxic substances has given us a unique advantage. We may be the first species in the galaxy that's naturally immune to poison-based warfare. Then we need to test this theory, Admiral Shin decided. and we need to prepare for the possibility that the Rilani won't accept this change in the galactic balance of power. As the communication ended, Wu Jin looked around at his colleagues. They all seemed different now. Not just the crew of a research station, but representatives of a species that had just discovered it might be the most dangerous in the galaxy. "What happens now?" Dr. Choi asked. "Now," Captain Lee said grimly, "we find out if the rest of the galaxy is ready for humanity to take our place at the top of the food chain." Word spread across the galaxy faster than anyone expected. Within days of the Rilani's emergency report to their High Council, ships from dozens of species began arriving at New Horizon Station. Dr. Kang Woo-jin watched from the observation deck as the alien fleet grew larger. Each ship represented a different civilization, and they were all coming for the same reason: to test the impossible humans. 63 ships and counting, Captain Lee Dong-ho reported. Every major species in this sector wants to see if we're really immune to the Rilani poison protocols. Dr. Park Hana was busy in the medical bay, analyzing the latest batch of Woo-jin's blood samples. The man had become something of a walking laboratory. "Your body is adapting even faster now," she told him. "Each new toxin you consume makes your immune system stronger. You're developing resistances we didn't know were possible." Ambassador Kim Jae-won had arrived from Earth with a diplomatic team and strict orders. Keep humanity's advantage, secret while learning as much as possible about galactic politics. This is bigger than we realized, Ambassador Kim explained in the briefing room. The Rilani weren't acting alone. There's an entire galactic hierarchy based on poison resistance. The species at the top eliminate those below them through ceremonial drinks and friendship rituals. General Na Young-soo, the military commander who had accompanied the ambassador, was studying tactical reports. "According to our intelligence, this poison testing system has been in place for over 1,000 years. Hundreds of species have been eliminated. Only the strongest survived to join the galactic community. And now they want to test us properly," Dr. Choi Min-ho said. "Not just with Rilani poison, but with toxins from every species in their hierarchy." Wu Jin had been quiet during the briefing, but now he spoke up. "Let them test us," he said simply. Everyone stared at him. "Are you insane?" Dr. Hana asked. "We're talking about the deadliest poisons in the galaxy, things that have killed entire civilizations. And I'll drink them all," Wu Jin replied calmly, "because that's how we prove that humanity belongs at the top of this hierarchy." Ambassador Kim frowned. "It's too dangerous. One miscalculation and you could die." "But if I don't die," Wu Jin pointed out, "then humanity becomes the apex species in the galaxy overnight. Every civilization that's been conquered through poison protocols gets freed. We become their protectors by default." General Na leaned forward. "What are you suggesting exactly?" "A tasting ceremony," Wu Jin said with a slight smile. "Invite every species to bring their deadliest poison. I'll sample them all like a wine tasting. If I survive, humanity takes the top spot in the galactic hierarchy. And if you don't survive," Captain Lee asked. "Then we negotiate from a position of strength anyway," Wu Jin replied, "because they'll know we're not afraid of their ultimate weapons." The next day, the station's main conference hall was transformed into something that looked like a diplomatic banquet and a scientific experiment combined. Representatives from dozens of alien species sat around a massive circular table. In the center sat Wu Jin, looking remarkably calm for someone about to consume enough poison to kill a small planet. The first to offer their contribution was the Rilani. Commander Yu Tae-sung personally presented a crystal vial containing their most concentrated Morthanis. "This is 3 times stronger than what you consumed before," he warned. "It has killed every species that has ever tasted it." Wu Jin accepted the vial politely and drank it without hesitation. The effect was immediate. His pupils dilated, his reflexes became lightning fast, and his mental clarity sharpened to an almost supernatural level. "Excellent vintage," he commented, making notes on a tablet. "Strong opening, complex middle notes, lasting finish. I detect neurotoxins, cardiac suppressors, and what appears to be a cellular disintegrator." "Very well balanced," the alien representatives murmured among themselves. Several looked terrified. Next came the Zephyrians, a silicon-based life form. Their contribution was a metallic liquid that dissolved the container it was in. "This poison turns organic matter into crystal," their representative explained. "It preserves the victim forever as a beautiful statue." Wu Jin drank it and immediately felt his skin tingling. But instead of crystallizing, his body began processing the silicon compounds and incorporating them into his bone structure. Fascinating, he said, flexing his fingers. I can feel my skeleton becoming denser. This could be very useful for space travel. Dr. Hana was monitoring his vital signs from across the room. Everything was not just normal but improved. His bone density was increasing, his muscle response was faster, and his neural activity was off the charts. The Void Seekers brought a poison made from dark matter that was supposed to erase victims from existence entirely. Wu Jin drank it and reported a pleasant tingling sensation and improved night vision. The hive mind offered a toxin that destroyed individual consciousness and absorbed the victim into a collective intelligence. After consuming it, Wu Jin announced that he could now sense the emotional states of everyone in the room. One by one, each species presented their ultimate weapon. Poisons that had ended civilizations, toxins that had conquered worlds, substances so deadly that some species kept them in separate dimensions to prevent accidents. Wu Jin drank them all. By the end of the ceremony, he had consumed 43 different alien poisons. He was not only alive but functioning at levels that seemed impossible. His reflexes were superhuman. His intelligence had increased dramatically. His physical strength was enhanced beyond normal human limits. How do you feel? Ambassador Kim asked, though the answer was obvious to everyone watching. Like I could take on the universe, Wu Jin replied honestly. Each poison has added something beneficial. Enhanced reflexes from the R'Lani toxins, stronger bones from the Zephyrian silicon compounds, improved healing from the Crystalline Empire's cellular regenerators. It's like each species has been developing performance enhancers for humans without knowing it. The alien representatives sat in stunned silence. Their ultimate weapons, developed over millions of years of evolution, had turned one human into something approaching a demigod. Finally, the eldest representative spoke. She was from the Ancient Order, a species so old they claimed to have watched galaxies form. In 10 billion years of existence, she said slowly, we have never encountered a species like yours. Every toxin in our arsenal has made you stronger. Every weapon we possess would only serve to enhance your abilities. What does this mean for the galactic hierarchy? Commander Yu asked quietly. General Na stood up. It means the hierarchy has a new apex species. Humanity claims the top position, effective immediately. And the species you've conquered? Ambassador Kim added. The 47 civilizations you eliminated through poison protocols? They're under our protection now. You can't just claim dominion over the galaxy, protested a representative from the war clans. Wu Jin stood up slowly. The combined effects of 43 alien poisons had transformed him into something beyond human. When he moved, it was with fluid grace that made everyone in the room step back. We're not claiming dominion, he said quietly, but his voice carried to every corner of the room. We're offering protection. Any species that wants to be free from the poison protocols can join the human alliance. Any species that wants to continue the old ways. He smiled, and there was something predatory in that smile. Well, you're welcome to try your poisons on the rest of humanity. Dr. Lim Soo-jin, the genetic specialist who had arrived with the diplomatic team, stood up with a tablet full of data. We've run the genetic analysis on the human crew, she announced. Every human on this station shows the same basic resistance patterns. With slight variations, any human could survive what Dr. Kang has consumed tonight. The implications hit the alien representatives like a physical blow. They weren't dealing with one unusually resistant human. They were facing an entire species that was immune to their primary method of warfare. This changes everything, the Ancient Order representative whispered. Yes, Wu Jin agreed. It does. As the alien delegations filed out to report to their homeworlds, Dr. Hana ran one final medical scan on Wu Jin. You realize you're not entirely human anymore, she told him quietly. I'm still human, Wu Jin replied. Just enhanced. And if consuming alien poisons is what it takes to protect humanity and free the galaxy from these monsters, then I'll drink whatever they bring me. Even if it changes you completely? Wu Jin looked out the window at the alien fleet. Soon they would spread word across the galaxy. Humanity had claimed the apex position in the galactic hierarchy, not through conquest or warfare, but by simply being immune to everyone else's ultimate weapons. I'm still me, he said finally. Just a better version. And if that's what humanity needs to become to protect the galaxy from poisoners and genocidal maniacs, then that's what we'll become. 6 months after the Great Tasting, as historians would later call it, the galaxy looked very different. Dr. Kang Woo-jin stood on the bridge of the flagship toxin drinker, watching as another liberated world celebrated its freedom. Below them, the planet Cathara was hosting a festival. The Catharians had been extinct for 300 years, victims of the Rilani poison protocols. But their automated cities had preserved their culture, waiting for someone to free them from their conquerors. Admiral Shin's fleet reports successful liberation of the Zeta Reticuli system, Captain Lee Dong-ho reported. He was the toxin drinker's captain now, promoted after New Horizons Station, became the unofficial capital of the Human Alliance. That makes 41 systems liberated, Dr. Park Hana said, checking her medical records. 41 civilizations brought back from extinction or freed from Rilani control. Woo-jin had changed dramatically since consuming the galaxy's deadliest poisons. He was taller now. His skin had a slight luminescent quality and his eyes held depths that seemed almost alien, but he was still fundamentally human, still the curious scientist who had volunteered for first contact. Any word from the Rilani High Council? He asked. They've requested another meeting, Ambassador Kim Jae-won replied via communication link from Earth. Apparently, they want to discuss terms of surrender. Surrender? Woo-jin was surprised. I thought they were still trying to develop new poisons. Dr. Baek Ji-won, the anthropologist who had been studying galactic civilizations, laughed from her workstation. They tried 15 new toxin combinations last month, she reported. Each one made our volunteers stronger. At this point, they're just helping us develop better enhancement programs. It was true. Word had spread across human space about the benefits of alien poison consumption. Volunteers lined up for controlled doses of various toxins, each one emerging stronger, faster, and more capable than before. Humanity was evolving in real time, using alien weapons as evolutionary accelerators. The real problem, General Na Young-soo said from his command ship, is that we're running out of enemies. Most species are surrendering before we even arrive in their systems. The communication screen activated, showing Admiral Shin Hyun-woo from the fleet headquarters. Woo-jin, we have a situation, Admiral Shin reported. The Void Seekers have offered to share their entire poison database with us. They want to join the Human Alliance voluntarily. Why? Woo-jin asked. They've done the math, Admiral Shin replied grimly. If they fight us, we'll eventually consume all their toxins and become immune to their entire arsenal. If they join us voluntarily, they get to keep their civilization intact and gain our protection against other poisoners. Dr. Choi Min-ho, who was now head of the Toxin Research Division, brought up a holographic display showing the current galactic political map. Look at this, he said. Red areas are still under Rilani control. Blue areas are Human Alliance territory. Green areas are neutral systems that have requested our protection. The map was mostly blue and green now. Only a few red patches remained, and they were shrinking daily. The Rilani Empire is collapsing, Dr. Choi continued. Their entire power structure was based on being the ultimate poisoners. Now that we're immune to their weapons, their subject species are rebelling left and right. Commander Yu Tae-sung's image appeared on the communication screen. The Rilani military leader looked tired and defeated. Dr. Kang, he said formally, the High Council has authorized me to offer complete surrender. We will turn over all remaining poison formulas and release all conquered territories. We ask only for safe passage to our homeworld. What about the species you eliminated? Woo-jin asked coldly. The 47 civilizations you murdered with your friendship ceremonies? Commander Yu's expression grew pained. We cannot bring back the dead, but we have preserved the genetic samples and cultural records of every species we encountered. If your scientists can find a way to restore them, Dr. Hana leaned forward with interest. Genetic samples? How complete are they? Complete enough for cloning, Commander Yu admitted. We kept them as trophies. Proof of our victories. The bridge of the toxin drinker went silent. The implications were staggering. You could resurrect entire species, Ambassador Kim said quietly over the communication link. With human enhancement technology, Dr. Lim Soo-jin added from her genetics lab, we could bring them back stronger than they were before. Immune to poison protocols. Woo-jin considered this carefully. His enhanced mind could process information at incredible speeds, but this decision required more than intelligence. It required wisdom. "Commander Yu," he said finally, "here are our terms. Complete surrender of all Rilani military forces. Immediate release of all conquered territories. Full disclosure of all poison formulas and enhancement technologies. And most importantly, you will help us resurrect every species you destroyed." "And in return?" Commander Yu asked. "You get to live," Wu Jin replied simply. "Your people can settle on designated worlds under Human Alliance protection. You'll never be allowed to develop weapons again, but you won't face extinction either." Commander Yu bowed his head. "We accept." As the communication ended, the bridge crew looked at each other in amazement. The war was over. Humanity had won not through superior weapons or tactics, but simply by being immune to the enemy's primary method of attack. "So what happens now?" Captain Lee asked. Dr. Baek Ji-won pulled up her cultural analysis reports. "Now we rebuild the galaxy. We have 47 species to resurrect, hundreds of worlds to restore, and an entire galactic civilization to restructure without poison-based hierarchies. And we need to decide what to do with all these enhancement abilities," Dr. Hana added. "Every day more humans are consuming alien toxins and gaining new capabilities. We're becoming something beyond normal humanity." Wu Jin walked to the main view screen and looked out at the stars. Each point of light represented a world that was now free from the fear of poison protocols. Entire civilizations could develop naturally, instead of living in terror of the next friendship ceremony. "We become what the galaxy needs us to become," he said quietly. "Protectors instead of conquerors, healers instead of poisoners, and if that means evolving beyond normal humanity, then that's what we do." A new message arrived from Earth. President Chen announced that the Human Alliance had been officially recognized by the Galactic Council as the new apex civilization. All poison protocols were permanently banned. Any species found using toxins for genocide would face immediate Human Alliance intervention. "There's something poetic about this," Dr. Choi observed. The Rilani thought they were testing other species for worthiness. Instead, they were testing themselves, and they failed the moment they chose genocide over cooperation. Ambassador Kim's image reappeared on the screen. "Wu Jin, there's one more thing. The Ancient Order has requested a meeting with you personally. They want to discuss something they call the deep mysteries." "What kind of mysteries?" Wu Jin asked. "They won't say over standard communications, but they've hinted that the poison protocols were just the beginning. There are apparently other tests that galactic civilizations face as they develop." Wu Jin smiled, and his enhanced features made the expression both human and something more. "Let them bring their mysteries," he said. "After consuming the deadliest poisons in the galaxy, I'm ready for whatever challenges come next." Dr. Hana ran a final scan on Wu Jin with her medical equipment. "Your body is still changing," she reported. "Each day you become more capable. At this rate, there may be no limit to what you can become." "Good," Wu Jin replied, watching as another liberated world lit up with celebration. "The galaxy needs protectors who can handle any threat. If consuming alien poisons makes us strong enough to defend everyone, then we'll drink whatever the universe offers." Captain Lee activated the ship's communication system to address the entire Human Alliance fleet. "This is Captain Lee of the flagship Toxin Drinker. The Rilani War is officially over. All species in their empire are now free. Our mission continues with the resurrection of extinct civilizations and the protection of all life in the galaxy." As cheers echoed across the communication channels from hundreds of ships, Wu Jin raised an imaginary glass in a toast. "To friendship without poison," he said quietly, "to strength through diversity, and to the future of a galaxy where no species has to fear extinction by trickery." In the distance, a new ship approached. It was ancient, older than any civilization currently known. The Ancient Order had arrived with their deep mysteries. Wu Jin watched it approach with anticipation rather than fear. Whatever test awaited humanity next, he was ready to face it. After all, he had already drunk the galaxy's deadliest poisons and asked for more. The real adventure was just beginning. Dr. Kang Wu Jin stared out the window of the Deep Space Research Station. The stars looked different here, far from Earth. He had been working on New Horizons Station for 3 years now, studying alien life forms. But today was special. Today humans would meet their first intelligent alien species. The Rilani ship looked like a giant jellyfish floating in space. Its smooth, curved surface gleamed blue-green in the starlight. Dr. Park Hana stood beside Wu Jin, checking her medical equipment one more time. "Are you nervous?" Hana asked. She was the station's doctor and poison expert. Her job was to keep everyone safe when they met new life forms. "A little," Wu Jin admitted. "But this is what we trained for. First contact with an alien civilization." Captain Lee Dong-ho's voice came over the speakers. "All senior staff to Docking Bay 3. Our guests are arriving." The docking bay was clean and bright. The human team wore their best uniforms. Everyone looked professional but friendly. They wanted to make a good first impression. The airlock opened with a soft hiss. The first alien stepped through and Wu Jin held his breath. The Rilani looked like tall, graceful sea creatures. Their skin was smooth and blue-green like the ocean. They had large, dark eyes and moved like they were swimming through water. Their leader wore something that looked like ceremonial robes. "Greetings, humans of Earth," the leader said in perfect English. "I am Ambassador Velthar of the Rilani Collective. We come in peace and friendship." Captain Lee stepped forward. "Welcome to New Horizon Station. I am Captain Lee Dong-ho. We are honored by your visit." "The honor is ours," Velthar replied. "We have traveled far to meet your species. Your reputation for curiosity and intelligence has reached even our distant worlds." Another Rilani came forward carrying a strange container. This one introduced herself as Science Officer Nexara. She was smaller than Velthar but moved with the same fluid grace. "In our culture," Velthar explained, "we have a tradition when meeting new friends. We share a drink called Morthanis. It represents trust and the joining of our peoples." Nexara opened the container. Inside was a clear liquid that seemed to glow with its own light. It smelled sweet, like flowers and ocean breeze. "This drink is sacred to us," Velthar continued. "We have shared it with many species across the galaxy. It shows that we trust each other completely." Dr. Park Hana stepped closer to Wu Jin. "We should test it first," she whispered. "We don't know what it might do to humans," but Wu Jin was already moving forward. As the station's leading expert on alien biology, he felt it was his duty to take the first risk. "I would be honored to share your traditional drink," Wu Jin said. Velthar and Nexara exchanged a quick look. For just a moment something passed between them. But then Velthar smiled. "Excellent. This will seal our friendship forever." Nexara poured the glowing liquid into a crystal cup. She handed it to Wu Jin with both hands as if it were very precious. The cup felt warm in Wu Jin's hands. The liquid inside swirled slowly, creating patterns like clouds. "Wait," Dr. Park Hana said. "Shouldn't we run some tests first?" "The Morthanis cannot wait," Velthar said quickly. "It must be consumed immediately or it loses its power." "This is our way." Wu Jin looked at the cup. He knew Hana was right to be careful. But this was a historic moment. First contact between humans and aliens. He couldn't let fear ruin this chance. "To friendship between our peoples," Wu Jin said, raising the cup. He drank it all in one gulp. The liquid tasted strange but not unpleasant. It was sweet at first, then bitter, then sweet again. It seemed to change flavor as he swallowed. There was a tingling sensation on his tongue like electricity. The Rilani watched him very carefully. They seemed to be waiting for something to happen. Wu Jin set down the empty cup and smiled. "That was good, interesting. The flavor is very complex. I've never tasted anything like it." Velthar's eyes went wide. Nexara made a soft sound that might have been surprise. You feel well?" Nexara asked. "I feel fine," Wu Jin said. "Actually, I feel great. There's a pleasant warming sensation spreading through my body, and the taste is still lingering on my tongue. It's quite delicious." The two Rilani looked at each other again. This time Wu Jin was sure he saw worry in their expressions. "Is everything all right?" Captain Lee asked. "You both look concerned." No, Velthar said quickly. "We are just surprised by your human friend's reaction. Most species find the Morthanis quite overwhelming at first." "Oh, it's not overwhelming at all," Wu Jin said. "In fact, I was wondering if I could have another cup. It's really quite good." Nexara dropped the container. It clattered on the floor but didn't break. "Another cup?" she whispered. "If that's not too much trouble," Wu Jin said. "I mean, if it's ceremonial, I understand. But the taste is fascinating from a biochemical standpoint." Dr. Park Hana was watching the aliens closely now. Something was definitely wrong. Their body language had changed completely. They went from confident to nervous in just a few seconds. Perhaps, she said carefully, you could tell us more about the ingredients in Morthanis. For our medical records, Velthar hesitated. It is a complex mixture. Many different compounds from our homeworld. Some are quite rare, but safe for carbon-based life forms, Captain Lee asked. We have never encountered a species that... Velthar stopped himself. Yes, safe for those who are meant to drink it. Wu Jin was feeling better by the minute. His mind seemed sharper, his reflexes quicker. Whatever was in that drink, it was having a positive effect on his body. The tingling has spread to my arms and legs now, he reported to Hana. But it's not unpleasant. More like energy flowing through my system. Dr. Choi Minho, the station's biochemist, had been quietly recording everything. Now he spoke up. Would it be possible to analyze a sample of the Morthanis? For scientific purposes, of course. That would be difficult, Nexara said. The mixture is very delicate. It must be prepared fresh each time. But you brought enough for our whole senior staff, Captain Lee pointed out. Surely a small sample wouldn't be missed. The Rilani looked trapped. They whispered to each other in their own language. The sounds were like whale songs, low and musical. Wu Jin was still feeling the effects of the drink. His vision seemed clearer, colors more vivid. His hearing was sharper too. He could make out some of the Rilani's whispered conversation, though he couldn't understand their words. Is the ceremony complete now? He asked politely. Or are there other traditions we should follow? Velthar turned back to the humans. His expression was hard to read. The ceremony is complete, he said. You have honored us by accepting our Morthanis. The honor was mine, Wu Jin replied. And I meant what I said about having another cup sometime. Perhaps when we visit your homeworld. The silence that followed was uncomfortable. The Rilani seemed frozen, unsure what to do next. Finally, Captain Lee stepped forward. Perhaps we should show our guests to their quarters. They must be tired from their long journey. Yes, Velthar said quickly. Rest would be welcome. As the group began to leave the docking bay, Dr. Park Hana grabbed Wu Jin's arm. I need to run a full medical scan on you immediately, she whispered. Why? Wu Jin asked. I feel better than I have in months. That's exactly why, she replied grimly. Behind them, the Rilani followed in silence. But Wu Jin's enhanced hearing caught fragments of their whispered conversation. Words like impossible and how is he still alive drifted through the air. For the first time since drinking the Morthanis, Wu Jin began to wonder if there was more to this friendly first contact than met the eye.